I could get up here and tell you that this is the first speech I've ever given in my life. It's been great, but it's not. I wish I could tell you that this is the biggest group I've talked to before, but it's not. Now, it's been about 15 years since I've given a speech when I didn't have a PowerPoint presentation behind me with bullet points on to cheat off of, so you're going to have to bear with me. Because about a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to get up in front of a group of people and talk about something so personal, anytime, anywhere. I wouldn't have been able to talk to a doctor or a lawyer with confidentiality. It was just something I couldn't do. 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to get up here and talk to you about how deeply my life has been impacted by being dyslexic, because I didn't know. I lived a life of shame and fear for, 30-some years. And I didn't know why. And I didn't know exactly what it was, but I felt it. I knew there were things wrong. There was procrastination, distraction, avoidance. And these caused great pains to me, but I didn't know why. There were terms that were used a lot, like lazy, didn't know how to apply himself. These are things that we hear as dyslexics our whole lives, and we believe them. I remember the first time I heard the word chronically inadequate, and I jumped up and I said, that's exactly how I feel. I was so happy. I was like, yes! That doesn't sound good. But I was just so happy to say, you know what? That is how we feel all the time. I remember feeling shame about hard work and long hours because the product never seemed to equal the amount of energy that went into it. So I would hide the hard work and long hours and lie about it. Say, oh, it only took me a little bit of time. Kind of like this speech. It bears how much time I actually spent. 5-minute speech. But always, I didn't know why, but I felt it. And no one knew, because I hid it. I hid in plain sight, right in front of the world. And, I guess I got pretty good at it, because no one knew. When I was 12 years old, I was diagnosed with dyslexia. And I didn't tell anybody for 25 years. My parents didn't even know. Last year, when I was kind of going through my search, trying to figure out what was wrong with my life, and why do I keep making the same mistakes and hit the same walls over and over again. And I just happened to, after a very, very long conversation with dear friends and people who knew me and knew what I was looking for some answers, I mentioned, just in passing, I'm dyslexic. And all of a sudden, light bulbs went off. You know what? That's it. And so, got really excited. Did a lot of research, a lot of reading. Found this place in Indianapolis, DII. Got really excited, went running down there, said, I think I need some help. And they said, you need to take a test. I was like, great, let's do it. Let's do it right now. And they said, okay. We get done. It'll be 4 to 6 weeks for the results. Oh! And so, okay, all right, no, this is a long road. Okay, did some, knew what was coming up in front of me, and I said, all right, that's fine, I'll wait 4 or 6 weeks. I get the results and go in there and talk to the staff, and they said, you're right, you have dyslexia. I was like, yes! I knew it. No, wait a minute. That's not how you're supposed to feel. But I was so excited to finally say, hey, you know what? This is the road to recovery for me. This is the road to recovery for my life. And everything that's ever given me pain, I'm finally going to get it there. And little did I know that, it wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. I thought, well, hey, I'm going to go down to Indianapolis, and there's going to be this place where there's going to be people like me, and yeah, there's like one person that works there that's dyslexic. So, which now looking back on it, yeah, that makes sense, but that was a misconception I had. But the other misconception that I had was, it's just about reading. It's not. Having dyslexia is about your life. And I learned that in a very long, rocky road in the last year, in the last 6 months. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about other people. What I found there at DI was a safe place. And that meant the world to me. Because I haven't known a safe place since I was 7 years old. Been struggling with school and basically the fear of being judged, exposed, judged, and rejected by the world. I found a voice that I'd never heard before. And that was mine. I found that there's nothing to be ashamed of. And as soon as I learned that, all of a sudden, I could get up and talk. And now it really breaks my heart to hear or find out about other people who are suffering from dyslexia. And I just want to grab their hand and say, stand up. It's okay. You're not alone. And to hear those words for the first time is very powerful. I know I still have a long way to go because it took me over 5 hours to write a 5-minute speech. That's an old coping skill of mine from way back in the day. You write a speech so long that you memorized it so you don't have to read it. I told you I wasn't going to be able to read this speech today. I was talking to my dad yesterday. I said, because you're going to ad-lib it. I said, no. I'm going to read it. And no, I didn't look down at my paper. So I find, I see this and I'm like, I still have a lot of work to do, but at least I'm on the road, and that's really making all the difference for me. And I'd like to thank the Authors Association for having this breakfast for DI, and I'd like to thank you, staff and the board of DI, for having me here this morning. So thank you very much.